not only is it a great time to sell your home if you don't want to pay buyer's agents commissions and therefore cut your real estate commissions in half or larger, it may actually be wrong, unethical, or even improper steering or illegal for you and your agent to offer buyer agent compensation when selling your home. It's an open question about whether you can do it outside of the MLS, but the Department of Justice took the position on page 20 of this settlement agreement that was filed, or this settlement memorandum that was filed in 1215. They were opposing a class action settlement. They stated right here, preventing sellers and listing agents from setting buyer broker commissions would promote greater price competition and innovation in the market for brokers' services. If buyers set the compensation for their own brokers directly, some buyer brokers might choose to offer flat fees or hourly rates in lieu of percentage commissions. Since the amount of time and effort required by a buyer broker has a weak correlation, if any, to the ultimate sales price of the home, and most, this is very important, if not all buyers would likely prefer a fee structure that does not reward their broker for helping them pay more for a home. So earlier in the memo, they talked about offering money to buyer's agents being improper steering, and that's a very loaded word for the federal government. And this is, the Department of Justice, Joe Biden's Department of Justice, so it's steering. And here they're talking about the fact that your offer to pay a buyer's agent, especially a percentage amount, could be compromising that buyer's agent's fiduciary duty to the buyer. In other words, it could be unethical, it could be wrong, and it may even be illegal in the eyes of the Department of Justice. They're the federal government. And I understand, I'm a lawyer and a realtor. I understand, and it would be my position that this should really be up to California's legislature to determine. But I don't, there's not many times the federal government's been led, and even the courts are allowing the states to make their own rules. If the federal government wants to be involved, this could be a major problem. So what does this mean to you, or seller? Well, let me give you the simple deal. I think when you're talking to your real estate agent, or if you want help doing this, you should tell your realtor, we have to offer 0 to buyer's agents on the MLS, because I'm concerned about keeping my assets and keeping my deal closed. I don't want a buyer to come back later when there's further developments in this and say I have to reopen the sale and try to extract money from me. Okay, that's one thing. 2, it's probably better for you and your broker, Mr. Agent, to offer 0 on the MLS to buyer's agents. However, I've been speaking with an attorney. I'm up on these issues. There may be a time in a week or two in which we will decide that since I can't sell my home by offering 0, we will, at that point in time, have reasons to offer compensation to buyer's agents. But in the beginning, we got to try a week, 2 weeks, a month at 0 compensation. So what we're doing in today's listing appointment, Mr. Realtor, is I'm asking you to negotiate with me what your commissions are today. Are you looking to have 2% to sell the home, 3% to sell the home? But please don't try to talk me into offering compensation to buyer's agents at this initial meeting. We can both step on landmines to do that. So that's very simple, the way it has to be done. Now, in further videos, I will talk to you about what if, after that period of time, you're not getting the offers you want, or you haven't gotten any offers, and you want to sell your home. What are you going to do then? Are you going to change the offer of compensation on the MLS? And, if you want to know more, I'm going to put some videos up today. I know this channel is usually winnerscheck.com, but I'm going to put some more videos up today at flatfeeadvantage.com, because our suggestion is initially this is going to be flat fees, low flat fees, while we develop the data to help sellers sell their home without offering compensation to buyer's agents. And we're going to talk to you about why and what we'll do, and then whether there's flexibility. But let me just say, as the realtor and broker right now, it's my decision, because I have assets that I want to protect. So does Phil, who helps me sell homes. He sold over 300 homes. I've sold over 200 as a broker. We're the 2 agents you'd be working with in my brokerage. I don't want to put my assets on the line, and I absolutely do not want to put your assets on the line and have your deals reopened. Like I sort of have a duty. I see so much work happening in the future on files where I've helped you sell a home. If the buyers are unhappy, let's say prices go down, let's say they find something wrong with the home, they go talk to a lawyer. It would be my duty to help you. I couldn't defend you in a lawsuit, but up until that lawsuit, it'd be my duty to help you. And then conflicts are going to arise. So I will not, until I have a data set, I will not be offering compensation to buyers agents for my sellers at my brokerage. It will be in consultation. The minute my sellers want to do that, I will help them find a broker who's willing to do it, and I will help protect them from, as a lawyer, I will help them set it up so that we can make sure those buyers are properly advised by a different attorney, the right questions have been asked, and they've signed off on the right addendums to the contract in order to protect my clients as best we could or can. But right now, until I've sold 20 homes with, say, zero compensation of buyer's agents, and also compare that with the amount that we actually tried to sell, I don't have the data to properly advise my clients that they should or should not offer compensation on the MLS from a business standpoint, but I know from a legal standpoint, there's no way I would offer compensation to buyer's agents on the MLS. So the good news is, home sellers, instead of offering 5 or 6%, if you're working with a brokerage or you're working with our model, even whether it's not with us or somebody else, the model that we're proposing, you're only going to have to pay for help selling your home to one agent, and you're going to offer 0 to the buyer's agent. I think that's a great deal. It will work for some sellers. I've done that before. It works in the right circumstances. And it may work. That may be the only way to do it going forward. And if it doesn't work, that's where we go to the next step. Thanks. Talk to you later. Bye.